Hi guys, there's the Puppeteer here doing another micro tutorial. This time we've had a request from a subscriber to ask us to use minimal random tuning drift to your DSP oscillators. There's a few different things that you can do in this one, and the one I'm going to demonstrate now is basically every time you strike a key it will randomly adjust the tuning a little bit. You can also do things on top of that is to assign LFOs to it, like a global LFO that'll, or a standard LFO, and just to change to make them unstable a little bit. But I think you'll be able to follow the same sort of thing, just assign a LFO to a different thing. So if you have a look at the vibrato one, we did that same thing in the vibrato micro tutorial. Okay, so we're going to use factory preset data shape saw. It's got one layer, so I'd like to use this one for a lot of the demonstrations. So what we're going to do is go into the edit mode. This one has got a DSP oscillator in it, so we don't use a pitch page, we use the saw pitch in this case. What we want to do in this one is we're going to assign this to Fun 1, which is up here somewhere. Fun 1, and then let's give it 50 cents so that we can hear it, and we'll turn that down a little bit later because it's going to be a bit exaggerated. Right, let's edit Fun 1, and what we want to do is we want to assign the function called sample B on A, and it's up near the end here. Okay, it's that one there. And essentially what this function does is it says every time I get a input on A that's above 0.5, I'm going to sample whatever's at B. So we're going to set B to a controller called rand v1, and we're going to set fun 1 to on. Now what on means is that when the key strikes, so what we want to do is when the key strikes we want to sample a random, we'll sample a random value. So I recommend you use random v1 rather than random v2. Random v1 seems to be a full bandwidth random function, random v2 seems to be a very narrow one. Okay, so what we want to do is now if we play, you can see that pitch changes a little bit each time. It's pretty excessive. You can hear it sounds a bit sick. So maybe that's a poorly maintained analog synth that you've got there. So if we go back DSP mod, let's tone this down a bit, maybe to 20, or even maybe a bit less than that. Okay, so you can hear it each time I play that chord. You can hear a slight variation in it. So that's one way to get a little bit of a random tuning drift to the DSP oscillators. This is a good method because it doesn't use much resources, and every note that you trigger, because these functions and that are per layer and per voice, every time you press a note, it's going to resample the random function and get a new one. So even if you play a chord, all three of them are going to most likely have different tunings. Okay, so that's a real quick way to add a little bit of random tuning drift to your DSP oscillators. I hope that helps you out, guys, and I'll see you guys again soon. I'll do some more of these, and yep, hope you're enjoying the micro tutorials.